This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here is what's making headlines in Armenia today. Yerevan and Baku remain at odds as Azerbaijan continues to accuse Armenia of violating the ceasefire. Armenian officials deny those claims and push for the signing of a long-negotiated normalization treaty. According to a statement released today by Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan's office, as of this moment, not a single fact or piece of evidence about ceasefire violations by the Armenian armed forces has been conveyed by the Republic of Azerbaijan to the Republic of Armenia. The Prime Minister's office reiterates its offer to create a joint Armenia-Azerbaijan mechanism for investigating ceasefire violations, and announces that there is no reason or order for the Armenian armed forces to violate the ceasefire. Since Sunday, Azerbaijan's defense ministry has issued 6 separate reports claiming its forces have come under fire from the Armenian side. Pashinyan's statement reaffirmed his government's agenda of peace, as evidenced by its agreement last week to the last 2 outstanding provisions of a treaty between the two countries. It noted that this text addresses fundamental issues of peace and that Armenia is ready to discuss the time and place for its signing. Azerbaijan, on the other hand, has said it will not sign until Armenia meets certain preconditions, including changing its constitution, a process that could take years. World leaders have already congratulated the two countries on their agreement and urged them to sign the treaty as soon as possible. Azerbaijan's foreign ministry rejected Pashinyan's statement, accusing Yerevan of conducting a massive military buildup on the border, and condemned what it called a disregard of the Azerbaijani demand to change the Armenian constitution. Meanwhile, tensions have been further inflamed by recent remarks by Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev, who stated last week that he has zero trust in Armenia's leadership to conclude a peace deal, instead accusing Yerevan of preparing for war. Yesterday, Armenian Parliament Speaker Alen Simonyan suggested that Baku's new ceasefire accusations may be an attempt to justify Aliyev's remarks to a domestic audience. Switzerland will host a peace forum for Nagorno-Karabakh after its parliament's upper house approved a bill mandating the initiative today. Modeled after a similar forum for Ukraine, the event aims to foster dialogue between Nagorno-Karabakh and Azerbaijan, with the goal of ensuring the safe return of forcibly displaced Armenians. The motion, which was already approved by the lower house in December, passed the upper house by a vote of 29-12, despite opposition from Swiss Foreign Minister Ignazio Cassis. He argued that Switzerland recognizes Azerbaijan's territorial integrity and not Nagorno-Karabakh or its representatives. Cassis also cautioned that the forum could damage Swiss-Azerbaijani relations. A proposed amendment to work around the issues by inviting Armenian government officials instead of Nagorno-Karabakh representatives was rejected. Despite these concerns, the Swiss government must now organize the forum within a year. Geram Stepanyan, former human rights defender of Nagorno-Karabakh, welcomed the decision, saying it sends a strong message that Switzerland does not consider the issue settled. He also highlighted the motion's importance amid the lack of genuine dialogue between Armenian and Azerbaijani authorities regarding the return of displaced Armenians. The right of return is a fundamental principle of international law. In November 2023, the International Court of Justice upheld this right in Nagorno-Karabakh's case, following the forced displacement of over 100,000 Armenians after an Azerbaijani military offensive. Check out our recent interview with international lawyer Karnik Kirkonyan, who gave CivilNet his analysis of Armenia's approach to normalizing relations and its agreement to withdraw its international court cases under pressure from Azerbaijan. He warns that sacrificing legal rights for a treaty is akin to Neville Chamberlain's appeasement of Hitler before World War II. Kirkonyan provides insights into the diplomatic failures that led to this moment and the dangerous path ahead if this strategy continues. Find a link to the interview in this video's description. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 21,800. That's the number of forcibly displaced people from Nagorno-Karabakh who have found employment in Armenia as of the end of 2024, according to Deputy Labor Minister Anna Jamgochyan. She said another 4,600 people are registered as self-employed or the founders of companies. The Armenian government has been having a difficult time integrating this population as they continue to face many hardships a year and a half after their displacement. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.